Hey you all, we are ending the BCS season very soon with only one left after this week. I think this is Anaheim that is coming up very, very soon before we go to Worlds. So this week we have not just the New York one and the Singapore one, we also have the ending of WGP as well, which if you were paying attention on Saturday on Different Fights channel, we were there watching it. It was great. So with that said, let's get started with some of the results roundup. And first off, we have New York standard, and we have 4 Avas, 2 Lutetia, 1 Maha, and 1 Greedon. Now, Ava is this deck that is definitely more popular in the West than compared to Japan. And I think there's just a lot of reasons why. It's just a good, solid, stable deck. And you want something good, solid, and stable and consistent that can last you through all of our tournament rounds that last for a very, very long time. All our Swiss rounds, like at least 7 rounds, usually like 8 in America, I'm guessing, and then sometimes even longer, but people like that stability. And you can see that the first place was Ava as well by Michael Franquette. The second was actually the Nirvana from Ryan, and then third was Nicholas with the Ava as well, and then Danny with the Lutetia, which is also quite a surprising pick. I think Lutetia is kind of the deck that's kind of lasted out of all the lyrical decks in Japan, but the popularity for those lyrical decks have kind of been like everywhere. You know, you got the Michus as well. In the first couple of weeks, you had the Yuikas with the thrown into the Kairis and all that. Lutetia still kind of lasted, but I think in terms of results, the West has definitely gotten more results with the Lutetias. And just some of the quick decks that we can see here is the Ava list that came first place. And it's just it's pretty standard there, pretty standard. Lots of combine rushes. Actually, still running one of the variable star, but otherwise, yeah, very, very good. And then the second one is pretty much just like a standard Lutetia list. You have like literally 3 flex slots with this deck, which is like you can run this or like a Ludvine or a Melty, and that's pretty much that. Yeah, pretty much the pretty standard list for standard, right? And then here we still have the good old Gear Chronicles sweep, so 6 Gear Chronicles, all Steam Maidens, and the 1 Shadow Paladin and the 1 Narukami. What actually came in the top cut was only 3 Steam Maidens made it and 1 Luard. So very similar to the Perth ones. And this was actually piloted by Adrian Barber, so a well-known player that you've probably been seeing on BRO at least, alright? And then he was just running this Luard list, running 4 knees, so going for that full kind of, how do you say it, consistency, right? So very, very cool to see the Luard do well. And then finally for premium, New York, we had 3 Narukamis, 1 Gear Chronicle, Bermuda Triangle, Spike Brothers, Genesis, and Mega Colony. And then what made it through the top 4 was coming first was the Spike Brothers by Matthew, right? And then came Ralph with the Narukami. Third was the Steam Maidens with Anthony, and then fourth was Martin with another Narukami list as well. So the more interesting list out of all these was that Spike Brothers list, and this one we have kind of Juggernaut Maximum with the Novas, with the Greedon. So we have kind of that Greedon, restand with Novas, Force 3, etc., kind of build that kind of pops up once in a while, right? And then just, with the finish, the new Gabby, also running the Hellheart 8 as well. So a bit of everything in this deck, but just, it's very, very offensive, very aggressive. You can't really stop with the Holonies as well. You have the Mekanis kind of take it out. So yeah, that's pretty cool, right? But then moving on to Singapore, we have some results too. Here we only had 2 Avas, right? And then 1 Lutetia, Gravidia, Prison, Maha, Barrow Magnus, and Greedon. But if you want to look at this top 3 lineup, it is actually very slick. So first we have the Lutetia by Lee Yong Yik, but if you might know this name more as Joshua Lee, has been doing very well with the Lutetia deck for quite a bit now. So good to see him top. Then we also had the Greedon player by Minhyu Nguyen, right? Or Nguyen Minhyu, right? Actually, know him from Australia as well, moved back to Vietnam and did very well there. I think came first, right, to get that invite to Singapore, and continues to do well with this Greedon deck. So that's tops. That's a big tops. They have Chi Hung as well of the Ava, another well-known name that you would have seen on the world circuit quite a bit. So all of them going to Singapore and doing extremely well in the standard portion. And then fourth was Elfie with the Gravidia. Now let's kind of take a look at these top 3. So first, again, we do have the Lutetia, and This is a pretty standard list. I think we would have saw it before in the other Lutetia list. It's just a good solid list. Nothing really more needs to be said. It's just a good solid list. But this Greedon list though, this one is actually quite interesting. People were talking about, hey, you know, dang PRs. Just we can't build anything. Well, this one doesn't even run the PRs. This is as budget as it gets, but it gets first and second place at BCSs. So, could be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I play a lot of. I've been playing Greedon, at least in tier days. Really fun deck. Doesn't even run Sanctitude as well. So, hey, you know, it's as budget as it gets, right? And then third place, we do have the Ava list here from Chihang as well. But yeah, pretty standard. This one's running the Penguin, I guess. Penguin to search out more orders. Yeah, that's pretty much the changes, right? Moving on to V, we do have that Gear Chronicle big sweep again. 5 Gear Chronicles, then 1 Bermuda, 1 Genesis, and 1 Link Joker. But then if you look at the top 4, right, hey, guess who came out on top? It is the Glendiers. Glendiers beating out all the Steam Maidens. Actually piloted by another pretty much well-known player in Southeast Asia, Gabriel Tiro. If you guys want to go buy some cards, I think he owns a shop, season cards, so go check that out. And also coming second was Mada Yuan. Third was Patty and Tignon, and then fourth was Xihang again. So yeah, pretty good top 4s, right? And then we can take a look at that Glendiers list. Hey, it's Glendiers and the boys, or otherwise the girls, right? Glendiers and the crew, right? Getting you know, when you lock your opponent, even if it's Steam Maidens, it's pretty hard for them to do anything, right? So nice to see this pop up. I guess it's a pretty good meta call, right? Pretty good meta call. And then lastly for premium, we do have the 2 Narukami, then 1 Pale Moon, Geek Chronicle, Bermuda Triangle, Dark Irregulars, Spike Brothers, and the Grand Blue. But then here we go. First place, Jia Yuan with the Nightmare Dolls, right? I was always seen it in a bit, right? Actually, the tops of Nightmare Dolls haven't been bad this season at all, right? So still doing well. And second was Danielle with the Sweep Command, it looks like. Third was another Jia Hao with Highlander, and then fourth was Sean Tay with the Dark Irregulars. So out of these, I think the Dark Irregulars is the most interesting one. And then we see it's a good old NLK, some guard restrict. I think this is similar to Noto's lists, right? Very similar to Noto's lists in BRO. It works, right? It works. Got some new 4 facts, right? So you can pop off a bit better. Yeah, very cool to see, right? And then lastly, for the WGPs, we do have the top 8 breakdown here. 8 Chronojet, 8 Ebisu. It's a teams event, top 8, so every team pretty much brought it there. And then 6 Youthberg, and the only changes were the 1 Gravidia and the 1 Lutetia. Now, this was pre-banned, so Ebisu is getting banned later on, but for this tournament it was allowed. So we'll probably see the Ebisu representation drop a bit, but maybe with the Chronojets, right? But then let's take a look at the lists, right? So first, this was I think this was after Swiss, right? They separated into 4 blocks. The overall second place was actually is it Trinistar, right? It was actually this team taking Ebisu, Gravidia, and Chronojet. So these guys came second, but then everyone else pretty much brought the I don't think we need to say, right? They all brought a Chronojet, Ebisu, or Youth, or one, or at least 2 of the 3. Some people brought some Overlords. And then here, right, someone bought the Lutetia instead. You can see Zorg. The 4th place team here was really weird. Went Zorga, and then Overlords and Baron Magnus. So they went full non-meta, but they ended up not great in their B block placements. And then in the C block, this was like the most meta out of the entire block. Everyone bought the same stuff. No variations. Hey, you want to win, right? And then in the last D block, we do have pretty similar things, except for some people bring some Gravidias, and then one guy bring Bruce. Another one bring like not like Monster Strike, but not Ebisu. Apparently this one, this guy kind of has a pretty good matchup. Also actually Magnolia, so this one was totally out there when going for the total anti-meta. But this Ninatsuki team that came first out of Switch, these guys came first. So congrats. If you want to watch the stream, I think these guys just 3-0. So spoilers, unfortunately, but yeah, They did extremely well. Production for that was insane. So if you missed out, go check it out. You can go check out a VOD on Different Fight Stream too. We had a lot of fun. Long time. You can put us on 2x. I'm sure we'll enjoy it too. Yeah, that was it was great seeing the conclusion of WGP. And we still have one more going on for BCS before we see the conclusion of Worlds in January. Hopefully we'll see you there. But apart from that, that is it for now. See you all later, and peace.